the sequence looks like this: A1, A2, dot, 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 A sub n, which is this. So then A sub 1 will be 2 times 1, 2, 1 plus 4, 5. A sub 2, 2 times 2, 4, 2 plus 4, 6. This one I have to simplify to 2/3. A sub 3, 3 times 2 is 6. 3 plus 4 is 7. Finally, A sub 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. It appears that this is 1. Good. Do we need another from 1 through 12, or we look at the next set? Okay, so let's look at the next set then. We can come back. Let's say 16. We're given that A1, as mentioned, A1 has to be given. And we are given a relationship. What is the relationship? So A1 in 16, they say is 2. And the relationship is A sub n equals 5 times A sub n minus 1. Of course, for n greater than or equal to 2, I cannot plug in 1. 1 will make A sub 0. There is no A sub 0. So the question is asking us to find the first 4 terms. At this point, with this formula, or relationship if you want, if you ask me, find A100, it will take me a long time. There are ways of determining it because it's a somewhat simpler relationship. But if I change this and put plus 5 in here or plus 10 or something like that, it will be more difficult. So because I have to determine the first 99 terms. So A1 is given to us, so that's our first term. And A sub 2 will be, as you see, A sub 2 will be 5 multiplied by 2 minus 1, A sub 1, the previous term. So that's how I get the 10. Now A sub 3 will be 5, but multiplied by A sub 2 because 3 minus 1 is 2. So multiplied by A sub 2 that I just determined in the previous step. So this is then 50. And finally, A sub 4 is 5 multiplied by the previous term of the sequence. So the previous term was 50. So this is 250. So that's how we use the recursion formula given to us. So let's look at 18. In 18, we have A1 is given to us as being 5, and the formula is 3 times A n sub 1 minus 1, of course, for n greater than or equal to 2. Exactly the same. The first term is clear. The second term is 3 multiplied by the previous term, 5, and minus 1. 15 minus 1, 14. A sub 3 is 3 multiplied by the previous term that I just determined, and minus 1. 42 minus 1, 41. And A sub 4, and of course I can continue forever. But if you ask me to find A100, it's going to be a problem because it will take me a long time. So A sub 4 will be 3 multiplied by the previous term that I just determined and minus 1. So this is 123 minus 1, 122. That's basically all I had to say this semester. I don't have anything else. Now I would like to start reviewing for our test. We have today the remaining of the time, and Thursday. Okay, so let's look at the previous test that I posted. Or let me ask you if you have any questions on anything. Please remember, to qualify to take the final exam, you have to finish all the work with at least 60%. I hope you don't work for a 60%, but at least 60%. And don't forget about the quizzes. I'm ready to start reviewing. Anything you'd like to start with, you name it, I'll do it.
I already have a question for 6.1.
Thank you very much. Yes.
So I have an equation right here. It's 4x plus 5y plus 5z equals negative 33. 3x plus 4y plus 3z equals negative 22. And x minus 3y equals negative 13.
Very good. Where does this come from? Where does it come from? Is it a quiz that I created, or is it just a...
Oh, it's from my lab math.
Excellent. Let's do it. So I request the Gauss-Jordan, please. But I accept Gauss-Jordan, Gauss elimination with back substitution, which I think is more difficult than this, but it's up to you. So for Gauss-Jordan, I have to make sure that all terms with x and all terms with y and all terms with z and the equal symbol and the free terms are all in the correct position. They are. In the next step, I will create the augmented matrix. 4, 3, 1. 5, 4, negative 3. 5, 3, 0. Negative 33, negative 22, negative 13. And I start my steps. Remember, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. One more time. 1, zeros, 1, zeros, 1, zeros. In order to create the 1 here, I realized that the best thing to do is swap these two. So that's what I'm going to do first. Row 1 becomes row 3, and row 3 becomes row 1. It's one of the operations that I'm allowed to apply. Do not write the equal symbol. These matrices are not equal. Okay. So 1, negative 3, 0, negative 13. 3, 4, oops, 4, 3, negative 22, 4, 5, 5, negative 33. I accomplished my 1. That is my first concern always. And now I have to eliminate these. I will have to use row 1 twice. First, because I want to eliminate the 3, I multiply row 1 by negative 3. Then because I want to eliminate 4, I have to multiply the first row by negative 4. At this point, I'm using row 1. I better copy it. This is the only one that will not change at this point. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3 plus 3. It better be 0. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. 9 plus 4, 13. 0 times negative 3 is 0 plus 3 is 3. Negative 13 times 3 is 39. And 39 minus 22 is 17. Let's do it one more time to make sure. Yes, yes. Positive 9, 3 times 3, 9 plus 4, 13, 0 plus 3 is 3. Positive 39 minus 22, 17. 1 times negative 4, it better be 0. Plus 4 is 0. 12. Negative 3 times negative 4 is 12, but plus 5, 17. So negative 12, negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12, plus 5, 17. Negative 4 times 0 is 0, 0 plus 5 is 5. And 4 times, negative 4 times negative 13 is positive, is it 52? And then minus 33. Is it 19? Gee, with the numbers. Okay, I'm checking. In my lab math, did they say how to solve it?
They did, but I didn't get a chance to like really look at it.
No. Did they say what method to use?
Oh, what method to use? Yeah, this is the exact method.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm checking again. 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. Plus 4 is 0. This is positive 12. This is indeed 17. This is 5. I'm checking this one. 52 indeed. Minus 33. Yeah, I think it's 19. Perfect. From this moment on is a mess. Here's why it's a mess. Because I need to form a 1 here. In order to form a 1 here, I have to divide both sides. I mean, divide this row by 13. So row 2 divided by 13. It's getting messy because of fractions. Not impossible, not very, very difficult, but messy. Good. So then I copy the first row. I copy the third row. And I'm copying the messy one. 1, 3 over 13, 17 over 13. So what did I accomplish? A lot. This row, this column is done. This is done. I have to use row 2 now twice. Add it to row 1 and then add it to row 3. Row 3. Okay, so what do I need for this? I need a 3. What do I need for this? Negative 17. So at this point, I have to copy row 2. Row 2 gets copied because I'm using it. 0, it cannot change at the same time. It may change later, and it will change later, but do not mess with this. Don't even look at this. You don't have to do anything. That is carved in stone. 1 times 3 is 3, minus 3 is 0. Now the messy part. 3 over 13 multiplied by 3 over 1 is 9 over 13. Plus 0, 9 over 13. 17 over 13 times 3 over 1 is 51 over 13. 1 and 2, yes. 51 over 13. But minus 13. Ugh. Okay, that's when I get lazy. 51 minus 169, 13 times 13. Negative 118 over 13. Oof. Okay. I'm checking. So 1 times 3, that's 0. So 9, yes, that's correct. Here I had to multiply 17 over 13 by 3, and I got 51 over 13. But then I have to subtract 13, so I got that. Perfect. Now, 17 times this, negative 17 plus 17, that must be 0. So from now on, I shouldn't even look at these. They're gone. Done and over with. Okay. Negative 17 times 5. Negative 17 times 5, and see, very easy to get carried away. So negative 17 times 3. So this times negative 17 is negative 51 divided by 13, and I have to add 5. So plus 5 times 13. So this will be 14 over 13. I'm checking my numbers. 3, negative 17 times that. Is this correct? Yes, it is. And then I have to add 5. And I did 5 times 13 minus 51. That's correct. Okay. Now, negative 17 times 17 over 3. So how much is 17 squared? Yes. So negative 289 over 13, but plus 19. Oof. That's negative 289 plus 13 times 19. Negative 42. Negative 42 over 13. Gee whiz. Okay, I'm checking again. This times this, that's correct. This times this. Yes, I checked that already. So this is negative 89 over 13 plus 19. And I multiplied 13 by 19. Yes, yes, I did. Perfect. Okay, so now these two columns are done. At this point, I'm looking to get a 1 here. So I will divide by this, or multiply both rows, this row by 13 over 14. So the next step, row 3 gets multiplied by 13 over 14. The first two rows have to be copied. Okay, so when I multiply 14 over 13 by 13 over 13, of course I get 1. Now let's see what we have here. Negative 42 over 13 multiplied by 13 over 14. Nice. Well done. Let me check again. So 42, 2 and 1. Yep. Okay. So now, one more step. This is the final step. We use row 3 to multiply it by something to add it to row 1, and row 3 to multiply by something and add it to row 2. Okay, let's continue.